Look, from a scheduling standpoint, our plan is to return here next week, leave early then for New England, and then back to New Orleans after the Patriots game. So, the New England trip is a little further. So I see ourselves leaving Friday p.m. for New England. We'll get a walkthrough up there, play them on Sunday, then after New England, fly back into New Orleans. That's the current plan.
Sean, how do you feel like this week has gone just with having some of those coaches out and you guys just filling in all those various spots?
Sean, Joe Brady has basically been under you for a while. What are your impressions of what he's been able to do in Carolina? You talk about some of his expertise.
Look, he's real sharp. He's number one. He's a good friend, someone who worked real hard for us. It's great to see guys, get their opportunities. And, as a head coach, you want to see that for guys that work for you, whether it's Joe, I go on and on, Dan Campbell or Aaron Glenn. It's great to see these guys advance. And I think he's real sharp. I know he watches a ton of film and put his players in the best position he thinks each week. And they had a good win last week.
So you guys haven't had a ton of exposure to Bradley Roby this week, but how has he fit in so far?
Good. Look, he's in shape. In his situation, he's coming from training camp. He's coming from, actively being involved in football, and so very quickly he's gotten acclimated, and he's doing well. I'll tell you.
Sean, how do you feel like this week has gone just being without a couple of those coaches?
Say that again.
Just how has the week gone just being down a couple coaches on offense that everybody filling in? Just how has that process been for you guys?
Look, you adjust real quickly and you figure out, how you're going to meet. It's gone smooth. It's not always what you're used to, and yet those guys are zooming in the meetings. They're zooming in the evening meetings as we put in offense and put in offense last night. It went a little bit later. The number one thing is they're getting rested and getting healthy, and that's the number one thing. So they get tested every day. And in the meantime, there's others here that are picking up some additional work. We're meeting more collectively than we are, all broken up into our groups. And so I think overall it's gone as well as can be expected.
Sean, any word on whether any of them can be back in time for the game yet?
Yeah, nothing official. Obviously, we leave tomorrow. I think I'm gonna say what I think would have to happen, and I think there's a chance this can happen. But they always take a test today, an extensive test today. We get the results back in the evening. If someone today was negative, then tomorrow morning's second test, which is a rapid result test, is negative. They would be able to. So they got to go 2 for 2 in the next 2 days in order to make that Saturday flight. And we don't get today's results back till later on.
And Sean, I know it's a long shot because it's an injury question, but I'm curious with Marshawn Lattimore, since he has a hand injury, how do you decide when a player can play with a wrapped up hand or not? Like, what goes into that?
It's just more to do with the actual injury. If you go back through the history, what's the injury itself? And so we'll see how he does today, and he's going to be probably one of those guys. It's a game time decision. We'll see how he's moving around well. He's in shape. It's just a matter of the type of injury each person has and what position they're playing.
Sean, how have you seen Nathan Turner kind of respond after that training camp injury? Like how big of an impact was that for him? And
yeah, he's doing good. He's doing good. You know, we're anxious to see his progress, and you know, it's good to have him getting closer to 100%. You know, hopefully he's someone that can help us in this game.
I can't remember if we ever asked you about Jermon Bushrod and Sterling Moore joining the coaching staff as interns. I thought, you know, obviously Jermon had to step up into even a greater role yesterday. Can you talk about how those guys were identified to join in the internship program or
yeah.
That's called?
You're breaking up a little, but let me just tell you. So Jermon came in. He's worked with the coaches. He's worked with our scouting. Just kind of seeing he's in each phase of it. He's in personnel. He's helped us with coaching. He's a really, really bright guy who's played here. He knows us. And so, you know, there's a couple guys stepping up maybe into roles that because of our situation with the offensive coaches, he just brings a lot of knowledge and also a lot of poise. You know, there's a demeanor about him that I think is pretty special, and it's the same demeanor he had as a player. So I'll be honest with you, it's so good to have him back in the building. So you know, as long as I'm here and Mickey's here, there'll be work for Jermon Bushrod, and it's just a matter of him in the long term really sorting through, hey, you know, when you move back into football after you've been away a little bit, you know, sometimes it's not unusual to know if I'm going to get into scouting or personnel, or do I want to get into coaching? You know, there are a few different avenues, but